Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video we're going to analyze a game where American chess grandmaster Robert James Fischer goes for a king walk. Earlier I've already shared many king walk games, but can't remember a game where Fischer's king wants to breathe fresh air. Fischer's opponent is American international master Bernard Zuckerman. Zuckerman competed in 7 US chess championships, and his best result was during the 1965 USA Championship. By the way, this game is from that tournament. He tied for the 4th place with William Edison, and as you can see, it was Fischer who won the event. So with this being said, now we can go for the game. Fischer opened up with e4, to which Zuckerman answered with c5. The good old Sicilian is on the board, and I guess that Fischer was very happy seeing this opening on the board. It's never boring and leads to a sharp battle. Neither variation is on the board, and as you know, yes, this is how Fischer was meeting Najdorf or Scheveningen, both e6 and a6. He was meeting with the development of the light squared bishop. e6 bishop b3 b5, f4 bishop b7, f5 e5, knight goes back on e2, knight d7, bishop g5, bishop e7, an exchange on f6 followed, queen d3, strengthening the pawn on e4. At the same time, if needed, white can castle queenside, although at this point we have castling kingside, but castling queenside, yes, is also pretty much playable, and it can really add fuel to the fire. Fischer chose a more humble continuation. Meanwhile, black is preparing a d5 breakthrough. That's why with knight d5 white stopped it. It takes d5, a5, a4, b4. And then we have knight e4 and an exchange of knights on e4 also followed. Yes, we can see that the dust settled really quickly and the game took closed character, where going for a breakthrough is an extremely difficult task, and we have a total equality on the board. Moreover, we have opposite color bishops, and yes, all this looks very drawish. Meanwhile, while Fischer was trying to consolidate his position, in return Zuckerman went for a king walk and brought his king to the queen side, where it's more or less in a safety. Yes, Zuckerman understood that Fischer was preparing a kingside pawn push, that's why decided to bring the king on a7 square. Bishop b5, rook c8, rook d2, queen b6. Yeah, and then again we see some more maneuvers by both sides, and yeah, making a progress from both sides seems to be a difficult task, but in here perhaps Zuckerman lost his nerve and played rook takes c6. Well, it's not a bad move, it's okay. Still at the moment, even going for an exchange sacrifice isn't okay. It's something which can allow him to play for a win. For example, soon this d5 will follow, and it's not that easy to stop these pawns. The one who can get a nice piece play is black actually in this position, right? Bishop f8, and seems like that this is a mistake. According to Stockfish, better is playing h5. And if you move back your queen on e2, then d5. And yeah, this seems to be a very nice continuation, you know. This looks very good actually, but instead we have a passive bishop f8 move protecting the pawn, and now black will pay a high price for it. An exchange of rooks on c5 followed, queen g6, d4, queen e8. Now white queen is intruding inside opponent's camp, and there comes king h3. Yes, you may ask, but even in here, how can white make a progress? This queen together with the bishop are holding the position intact, but now Fischer goes for a king walk, and that king walk is something which allows him to intensify the pressure. Some more moves were also made. Fischer stopped any possible counterplay, and there it goes. White king is stepping forward. Go on, buddy. King G6. And now how are you going to stop this king? How are you going to protect this pawn? If bishop f8, then already white has this king f7 move. Black played bishop c7, and white king happily munched the pawn on g7. Queen c3 check. King a7, queen d3. The black queen is successfully neutralized, and now white can win this pawn as well. Queen e8, a blunder which is allowing white to win this pawn as well. The pawn on e5 is pinned. Bishop b6, queen d5, and resignation followed. These pawns will now step forward, and there is no defense, you know. Black can't do anything. This is of course one of the possible lines. Maybe it's even possible to switch the rook into the game as well. It depends, of course, how black will continue. So this is it, dear chess lovers. Hope that you liked this game, where both players went for a king walk, while with his king walk, Zuckerman was trying to find a safe shelter for his king. Fischer's king walk had an aggressive character. White king was actually an attacker. And yeah, that's something which allowed him to prevail in this encounter. In the end, a chess puzzle for you from Magnus Carlsen's recent game. I guess many of you recognize the position. Carlsen here decided to not to risk. He gave a perpetual check, thus winning the match, but actually black has a win. Try to find the winning continuation for black, and as usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in my next video. Take care.